Introduction. Success in trading and investing is often misunderstood. Most people believe success comes from predicting markets perfectly or finding secret strategies. But in The Rule, Larry Hite explains that long-term success is not about prediction, it is about risk management, discipline, and consistency. Larry Hite became one of the world's most respected traders not because he avoided losses, but because he learned how to survive them. This book focuses on a simple but powerful principle. If you protect your downside, the upside can eventually take care of itself. The lessons in this book are not only useful for traders but for anyone who wants to make better decisions under uncertainty. Because life itself is uncertain, and learning how to manage risk is one of the most valuable skills anyone can develop. Success is rarely built on one big moment, it is built through small consistent actions over time. And once you understand risk properly, you begin to think differently about both money and life. Section 1. The importance of risk management. Larry Hite believed that protecting your capital is the first priority in trading. Many people focus only on profits, but professional traders focus first on survival. If you lose too much money, you may never recover emotionally or financially. That is why every successful trader learns to control risk before chasing rewards. Small losses are manageable, but large losses can destroy years of progress. Risk management is not about avoiding losses completely, it is about preventing catastrophic losses. A trader who survives difficult periods always has another chance to succeed. Protecting your downside gives you the freedom to stay in the game longer. Section 2. Accepting uncertainty. No one can predict markets with complete certainty. Trying to always be right creates frustration and emotional stress. Larry Hite explains that uncertainty is a permanent part of trading and investing. The goal is not to predict perfectly but to create systems that work over time. Successful traders accept that losses are part of the process. They do not take losses personally or emotionally. Instead, they focus on probabilities and long-term consistency. Confidence comes from preparation, not prediction. Learning to stay emotionally stable during uncertainty is a major competitive advantage. Section 3. Discipline over emotion. Emotions are one of the biggest enemies of good decision-making. Fear often causes people to exit too early, while greed pushes them into unnecessary risks. Larry Hite emphasizes the importance of following rules consistently. A strong system only works if you have the discipline to follow it. Successful traders do not react impulsively to every market movement. Instead, they trust their process and remain patient. Discipline creates stability during emotional situations. Emotional reactions often destroy long-term performance. True discipline means following your plan even when emotions try to pull you away from it. Section 4. Small losses are normal. Many people fear losses so much that they avoid taking action altogether. But Larry Hite explains that losses are a natural part of success. Even the best traders experience losing trades regularly. The difference is that successful traders keep their losses small. They never allow one mistake to become catastrophic. Accepting small losses helps protect both capital and confidence. Trying to avoid every loss often leads to even bigger problems. Learning to handle losses calmly is an essential part of long-term success. Section 5. The power of probabilities. Trading is not about certainty, it is about probability. You do not need to win every trade to become successful. A strategy can still be profitable even if many trades fail. The key is to ensure that your winning trades are larger than your losing ones. Over time, probabilities begin to work in your favor. This mindset removes the pressure of needing to be perfect. Short-term outcomes matter less than long-term consistency. The goal is not perfection, the goal is building an edge that works repeatedly over time. Section 6. Adaptability and flexibility. Markets constantly change, and rigid thinking can become dangerous. Larry Hite stresses the importance of staying flexible. What works in one market environment may fail in another. Successful traders adapt without becoming emotional. They remain open-minded and willing to adjust their strategies when necessary. Adaptability allows survival during changing conditions. Stubbornness often leads to unnecessary losses. Being adaptable does not mean abandoning discipline, it means evolving intelligently. The ability to adapt quickly can become one of your greatest strengths in trading and life. Section 7. Patience and long-term thinking. Most people want quick success, but lasting success takes time. Larry Hite believed patience is one of the most underrated skills in trading. Wealth is usually built slowly through consistency and discipline. Short-term thinking often leads to emotional decisions and unnecessary risks. Long-term thinking creates stability and better judgment. Patience allows good systems enough time to work properly. Rushing often destroys opportunities that require time to develop. Those who stay committed during difficult periods often achieve the greatest long-term rewards. Section 8. Learning from mistakes. Mistakes are unavoidable in trading and investing. The important thing is learning from them instead of repeating them. Larry Hite viewed mistakes as opportunities for improvement. Every failure contains valuable information if you are willing to study it honestly. Blaming markets or external conditions prevents growth. Self-awareness helps traders improve faster. Successful people analyze their mistakes without becoming emotionally trapped by them. Growth comes from reflection and adjustment. The people who improve the fastest are usually the ones most willing to learn from failure. Section 9. Simplicity creates clarity. Complex systems often create confusion and emotional stress. Larry Hite preferred simple rules that could be followed consistently. Simple systems are easier to manage during pressure and uncertainty. Clarity improves execution and decision-making. Many traders fail because they constantly search for complicated solutions. But simplicity often leads to greater consistency and discipline. Simple rules reduce emotional overreaction. A simple and repeatable process is often more powerful than a complicated strategy. Section 10. The real meaning of success. For Larry Hite, success was not only about money. Real success meant freedom, control, and the ability to continue playing the game without fear. Money was simply a byproduct of disciplined decision-making. True confidence comes from knowing you can survive uncertainty. Success also means maintaining emotional balance during both wins and losses. Long-term fulfillment requires more than financial gain alone. A healthy mindset is essential for sustainable success. Success becomes more meaningful when it is built with discipline and integrity. In the end, lasting success is built on discipline, patience, and emotional control. Conclusion. The rule teaches us that success is not about predicting the future perfectly. It is about managing risk, controlling emotions, and remaining disciplined during uncertainty. Larry Hite's philosophy reminds us that survival always comes first. Because if you stay in the game long enough, opportunities will eventually appear. Small, consistent actions often produce extraordinary long-term results. The people who succeed are usually not the smartest. They are the most disciplined and adaptable. Trading is ultimately a psychological game as much as a financial one. Long-term thinking helps reduce emotional mistakes and unnecessary risks. And once you learn to respect risk, you begin building a foundation for lasting success in every area of life.